Hello and welcome to a brief overview of a proposed new simplified security editor for CDO. So let's jump right into it. Let's connect to a repository as the administrator using, of course, the default password. So to open the editor, we right-click here and we see a new action called Manage Security. So here we are. And right away we see there's a warning. So what's that about? Some items cannot be managed in this editor, and we're suggested that we use a generated tree editor to look at those if we need to manage them. So the point of this editor is simplifying the security management workflow. So to that end, there are a few restrictions in what it will present. It only presents roles that are based on resource permission filters. So by default, the security realm is created with a couple of roles that don't conform to that limitation. So that's what this warning is about. So we can go into this advanced editor instead to access those if we need to. So in fact, here they are. They are a couple of permissions that are based on e-packages, not resources. So the idea behind the simplification here is just to give people a familiar ACL-like experience that should address, a large proportion of use cases. So getting back into the editor then, let's have a look at what we can do. So let's say I have currently just the default sort of user permissions. I want to make myself an administrator. So I can do that. Just go drag and drop, and boom, there I've got administration capabilities. I'm not in the administrators group, so maybe I want to do that. There's a couple of different ways you can drag and drop that sort of thing. Now, I don't want to actually be an administrator because that's a lot of responsibility, despite that I'm actually doing that function right now. So I'll just undo a couple times to back all that out. So let's look at creating a new element. So I'll create a new user, and we'll give it a name like Joe, and we can give him some other details. Let's not really bother with that for now. I do want to add Joe into the users group, so there he is. And let's give Joe a new role. So roles aren't owned by users or groups, of course. They're owned by the roles directory. But that's okay. We can, in the context of working on Joe, we've decided we need this new role. Let's go create it. It appears. We can go edit it, and we'll call it, say, bug tracker modeling, and we'll add a new access filter. So by default, it's a write access on a subtree matching some path. That's a nice way to do it. We can go pick in here the team's bug tracker path. So any models, any resources of any kind within that path, this user will have write access to. Now, and in fact, then any other user to whom we give that role. So, let's say, well, that's good. I should have that role too, and there we go. Oh. Interesting that it. Well, of course, there's going to be some kind of bugs. Odd that it should show up with the wrong name. We'll have to figure that out. So anyways, there it is, and you just hit Command S to save, and you're all done. Now, let's dispense with all that I just did, so let's go and delete that role. We'll delete that user. You see the role's already gone that was associated with these users. Let's delete Joe and we're back to where we started. Okay, that is the Security Management Editor simplified in brief. Thank you.